The following program is an OCAmedia community-produced episode of Oregon Life, and we would like to thank our sponsors, Torhorse Insurance, the Oregon Brooklyn Optimist Club, and the Oregon Freemasons. We are proud to have you as our sponsors.
Welcome to Friday Night Football.
Hello, this is Frank G. Caruso, producer of Oregon Life at OCAmedia. High school football holds a significant place in American culture, offering more than just entertainment on Friday nights. It fosters school spirit, brings communities together, including our incredible community of Oregon, Wisconsin. And together, it teaches valuable lessons such as discipline, teamwork, and perseverance. For many student athletes, it also provides a path to higher education through scholarships and helps build character and leadership skills that extend way beyond the field. I hope you enjoy this episode of Oregon Life.
I'm Matt Weber. I am a social studies teacher and also the head football coach at Oregon High School. Part of my coaching philosophy is that there's two parts to it. One, coaching is teaching. Every day our coaches are asked to be able to teach kids about the game of football in a way to put them in a position to be successful. And my goal as head coach is to be able to facilitate that for our guys to do the best job that they can. I trust my assistant coaches to be great teachers, and I feel like we have a group that is great teachers. And then the second part is that coaching is a call to service. You provide something for your community. Just like teaching, we're molding kids for their future. Football gives us that opportunity to mold kids from our community for their future. And we have a very defined way of doing that. We talk about taking pride in your attitude, pride in your effort, and pride in your team. These are all things that you can take from a scenario like a Friday night football game and apply it to your life later on. Like I can show up and have a positive attitude. I can show up and I can work hard. I can support my teammates. And you gotta think there really isn't a role in life that if you do those three things, you won't do well. Like if you're able to do those, you'll do well in every situation that you're in. So part of coaching is knowing your kids, is building those relationships with kids. To be able to motivate somebody, you have to know that kid first. Is that what works for one kid doesn't work for all, right? And kids have changed, and it's not right or wrong, just every generation has its quirks, right? Whether how they're parented, or what they're exposed to in their lives, everything changes. We talked a little bit at practice the other day about the we is greater than the me. We didn't have the greatest of practices on Monday, a little bit of selfishness, and it's to be expected with working with teenagers, right? And if you don't address it, it won't change. Like we have high standards, and in order for changes in behaviors to happen, you have to address them. So we talked about at the beginning of practice is that we didn't have the greatest day before. The kids agreed to it, which is a part of changing, right? Is acknowledging that there was an issue. And then we talked about that we need to change how we do things, and that we need to put our teammates before ourselves. And the kids bought into it. They had a much better practice afterwards. But most issues that come up are about communication. And we have defined team rules. We talk about no excuses. We talk about show up and work hard. And we talk about supporting our teammates. So when we communicate, we can always go back to those three things, which are pillars of our program. Got him. So often programs are based around wins and losses, right? That's what you read in the newspapers. That's what people watch on TV. Like, I think it's a Vince Lombardi quote about keeping score. Like, that's why you play sports, right? However, when we talk about our program, we talk about behaviors. The little things take care of the big things. What you do every day at practice is going to take care of itself on a Friday night. If you don't do the little things right, the big things won't happen. And winning's hard. It's really hard. Our conference, a lot of wonderfully coached teams, a lot of great athletes, and it takes a lot of work. You got to do a lot of things right. You got to let the ball bounce the right way, and it's this small edge that is the difference between winning and losing. And we talk about behaviors that are going to move you into that. We never talk about winning and losing. We talk about behaviors that are going to change what we're going to do. I challenge our kids every Friday night is if they can walk off the field with pride. Did they have great attitudes? Did they have great effort? And did they support their teammates? Because if they can do that, the other stuff will take care of itself. Winning's fun, right? Everybody wants to win. Okay, like there's nobody that coaches in sports that wants to lose, right? And losing's tough. I think I can remember the two things I remember about sports are the people and a couple of the wins and losses. You remember the highest of the highs, and you remember the lowest of the lows, right? But then in between, you remember all the people that you played with, and that's what I hope kids leave with, is that they remember the people that they were around, not just the scores, because the scores will fade, the people won't. So every day as a teacher in the building, not only am I teaching the 100 and some odd kids that I have come through my classroom every day, but also I'm putting out those little fires of hunting down kids in the hallway, of making sure that they're in the right spaces at the right times, of setting them up for success after high school. And ultimately, that's the goal of our program, is that one, we want to compete in the Badger Conference. Two, I want our kids to leave here with lifelong lessons of having great attitudes, hard work ethic, and being a great teammate. So that when they go off into the real world, that is one thing that they can carry with them. They'll always have the memories, but they will then have the lessons learned that go along with them.
Hello, this is Frank G. Caruso again, producer of Oregon Live here at OCAmedia. I first up want to thank Coach Weber for his open arms to have me come into practices, come on the field and film and mic him up during practices. We'll see a little bit of that here at the end. And something that really stood out was something Coach said during the interview, and he says being a coach is a call to service, and he does that on the field, and he certainly does it in the classroom. He exemplifies excellence, and it was a great honor to do this episode. And thank you, Coach, for your time, and the assistant coaches and all the young kids. Again, I want to thank Tour Horse Insurance and Oregon Brooklyn Optimist Club and the Oregon Freemasons for sponsoring us and making these episodes come to life. Till next time, or I should say next week, we'll see you then.
Okay, they're getting desperate. Like, they sent 7 the last time they were out there and went cover 0. Like, keep wearing on them. Keep wearing on them. Understood, boys? Be around the ball when we finish. Be around the ball constantly. Let's go. JV2 lineman, you're going with D-line today. JV2.